Hello and welcome to Obsessive Compulsive.
It was a solid effort.
Get it off your chest, get them off your back. Get your compulsions back on track. Stick it to the strikes, tell them take a hike. Join your obsessive compulsive dykes.
Hello and welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Dykes. The time is 4:45 and we are ready for our afternoon/evening news. Over to you.
Today we've got some fresh news, and it is that unfortunately there are two genders of the day that have not been announced. We are waiting for them right now and they are coming in live.
Yes, coming in right now is the gender of Megs Anna Tolstoy. Megs is a prefix. If you didn't know, it is gender non-conforming. It says that Anna Tolstoy's gender of the day is kind of like...
We're done with that bit.
Yeah. Kind of like... I was thinking on it on my way here, actually, because it's not a secret where I am emotionally today, which is very fragile.
Very frigid.
Very fragile. Fragile and open and vulnerable. And I feel like... The conclusion was, I feel like an ending. Like, my gender is an ending.
Wow.
I feel like it could be...
I've taken my glasses off of that. I couldn't be real with you. Like, looking at you with these flame glasses on, I was like, this is going to require some emotional maturity.
Yeah.
And that's called taking off your ridiculously attention-seeking glasses.
Yes.
Back to you.
They were great, though.
Thank you.
I feel like a lesbian breakup personified. Like, I feel like I've had my heart broken, even though...
It was like the world that did it.
Yeah. And I've been there's no, tangible, specific reason for me to feel this way. But just seeing the sun, like, knowing that it's kind of the last time I'll see it in a while for some reason. It just feels like...
Poetic.
Yeah, it feels poetic. And it's, the sunset and you hear a song that's like very... melancholic, and like it's the end of a film. Yes. You've wrapped it up. It's bittersweet but mostly just sad. Like, it's a sad film coming to an end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Sometimes we really are just in that mood. I'm so glad that you know yourself well enough to know that that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Oh, love.
It was hard to miss when I was crying. I was like, what is this?
Me and Cornwall literally came around the corner. We ran into each other walking from the tube and then to the studio. Then we came around the corner of the studio and Anna was stood staring at the sun, like the only person there, like in this like wide area. Me and Cornwall were both like, oh my God.
Yeah.
What is about to happen?
But you already knew, because I had already said that I was in a specific space.
Yeah. On our group chat, we had a photo today of Anna sent to the group chat, a blurred photo of Anna bawling.
Yeah. And
from then on, I guess we knew.
We knew.
Today was always going to unfold like this.
Yeah. But I feel much better now. I feel like I've let out a lot of the pent-up emotion that was stored in my body. And I feel like it all came from actually me sleeping like 9 hours for the first time in like 2 weeks.
Oh.
So my body had like... I'd allowed myself to relax and recover a little bit, because I've been just going so quickly, and like I've been just really going the last couple of weeks. So then letting myself sleep properly and then waking up and just having some time, my body, I was just like, I need somebody to just pet my head while I'm watching like a film from my childhood.
Yes.
In that space.
Yeah. She needs to be looked after.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I resonate with your feeling of there's like something sad in the air, because I was listening. Today for some reason I was like, I'm not going to listen to like an album that I know on my run, because usually when I'm running I like listen to an album that is cohesive and I really enjoy like the journey of it, and I listen to one I know or like one I got a recommendation of.
I love that. Do you listen it from like the first track?
Yes, all the way through. Unless it's like an hour, then I'm not going to fucking run for an hour. But like 40 minutes or below, then I'll listen to it. And then today I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just listen to like this playlist. And I think it was like a playlist on Spotify. Someone's made it being like, not another shit lesbian playlist or like something like that. And I was like, great, give me this. And it was so sad. Like, 80% of the songs were like sad songs that either I knew and I skipped them because I was like, I can't be asked to listen to a sad song right now, or like new sad songs that I didn't realize were sad until like halfway through, and I was like, oh, fuck my life. And I did think like, okay, this is like our culture. Our culture is being like mournful and like, I feel like affected by the moon, and you know, we're like very emotional beings, like queer people in general, I guess.
The longing part of lesbianism as well.
So like
the yearning.
So maybe it's just the ancestors coming through you just for a moment, just putting their feet on the ground, and you're just feeling them all. That
is so wild though, that's like part of like stereotypically lesbian culture.
Yeah.
That it's like, it's all agony.
Agony is the perfect way to describe it. Yeah. Even when it's happy, it's like still painful.
Yeah, but like, I also resonate with that. Like, yeah. But I guess that's also just me being like intellectualizing a lot of things. But a lot of the time, even when I am really happy, I can sometimes like so strongly feel the like the fragile moment, you know. I just get caught up in like that happiness is so fragile and only temporary, so I can, it's almost like
it fractures it
and it turns it into melancholy a little bit.
Wow.
And that reminds me of a Virginia Woolf quote that I loved so much, which said that nothing thicker than a knife's blade separates happiness from melancholy.
Oh wow.
And I remember resonating
quote
so hard with that.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing Virginia in.
Yeah, anytime.
Oh, have a seat, Virginia.
Yeah. I can feel her in the room with us.
Yeah.
What's your gender of the day, my love?
My gender of the day is like, is the right word an obelisk? That's like a shape like this, like a UFO classic shape.
That's not the first time you've used the word obelisk on this podcast.
Isn't it?
No, you threw me back to another time when you used that word.
For my gender of the day?
I think so.
Oh my God. Can a fan of the pod please write in whenever I used that before? But like a shape like this, like a UFO shape, and it's just like silver and like hovering, but it's not like some kind of like human-made thing. It's not like metal, but it's like just a high vibrational thing. I just feel like I'm like above
everyone.
I'm morally superior to all of you fuckers. No, I feel like I'm just like existing above like the earth right now. I'm feeling very zen and like high vibrational.
I feel that actually. I can read that from your
Thank you.
Vibration. No, but I feel like we are both quite intuitive, empathetic people. So yes. I feel like we can tap into the other person's energy quite easily.
Yeah, hugely. Yeah. Sometimes we need to be careful.
Yeah.
But then today I think it's good.
Yeah, today it's good.
Oh, good for us.
Can confirm that is in fact Meg's gender of the day.
Neighbourhood watch. May I go first, please?
Absolutely.
So the other day, yesterday morning, in fact, I went to an unveiling of Teresa Margolles. She's a Mexican artist, and she created a lot of like, not clay, what's the word when you like papier-mâché, but not that. Plaster cast. Thank you, everyone. So she like plaster casted a load of trans and non-binary people's faces, and then she made this huge art piece with like all of their like masks of them almost on four sides of a sort of cube. And it's in the 4th plinth in Trafalgar Square. So they had this big unveiling and they had like hooked this whole black sheet over it, and they had a reception, and I got a free banana.
Wow.
Good times. And it was just like everyone there was like either had been part of the piece or like, well, you know, like knew some people there. So it was just like a big crowd in Trafalgar Square of like queer trans people, and it was just like wonderful. I was like, oh, look around, like this is London, we're living here, it's good times. And then they did a few speeches, and the piece is about like the solidarity between Mexican and English trans people, and the fact that it's like struggles in different ways, and it was really beautiful. It's like touching, and it was dedicated to Carla, which is one of Teresa's friends who is a trans woman who was murdered in Mexico, and her death like continues to be like unsolved, and I got the impression that it's kind of been neglected. So it's like a piece of like a protest against that fact, but also in remembrance of her. So they unveiled it, and it was beautiful, and then they were like, yeah, so this is great, a celebration of like trans and non-binary people, and it is very much so. And it's wonderful because when you're looking at it, you can't tell like who is who and what gender or sex people are, and therefore like it's a very like humanizing piece of art that I want like people to go to Trafalgar Square and be like, oh yeah, like people are just human and everyone's just human and that's what everyone is, and that is very touching. And it's also kind of sad because some of the people who were doing the speeches were saying like some of the people whose masks are in this piece like are no longer alive since in the last couple of years since the piece has been made, and like how devastating that is that they've like died from transphobia basically, like of the population. And as the rain comes, it's gonna like melt away the art piece, and it represents like the transphobia that people are like constantly being weathered by. And so that sort of ties a bow on the art piece, but the vegan is one of the people that they cast for it. So like the vegan's face is up in Trafalgar Square. I'll give someone £10 if they can work out which one it is.
And if you've joined us on season 2 and went with us with season 1, the vegan is Meg's partner.
Oh yes, my partner.
Yeah.
My very lovely, sweet angel of a partner.
That is so lovely that like from obviously such a horrible event that this has come to Trafalgar Square and is like being showcased in like
mainstream London art.
Yeah, in like the middle of London, and like so many people, queer people coming together for that unveiling. It's like quite a beautiful and hopeful thing that's been like burst out of something so devastating.
Yeah, quite right.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's my Neighbourhood watch.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like Rafiki. Do you remember when we watched Rafiki and we had that discussion where it was like, and you were like, the ending isn't hopeful, and I was like, but the symbol, what it's become.
Yeah.
Like the symbol of the film. The symbolism has become
outlives
hopeful.
The moment.
Yeah.
What's your Neighbourhood watch, love?
My Neighbourhood watch is, hold on. Oh yeah, I have one little funny thing that I just wanted to share first. And then I have the profound Neighbourhood watch.
Great.
That is aligned with how I am today. The fun thing is that my friend, she texted me the other day and was like, oh my God, I went to a queer comedy night and I was sat behind the 5/4 version of You.
Oh my God.
And I was like, you need to tell me which queer comedy night. You need to tell me all of the details. I need to find this person, because I was like, I obviously, if they in genuine look exactly like me, because she really stressed it. She was like, they looked exactly like you, and also they were like you in the way that like, you know, they draw a lot of attention because they were being so incredibly supportive to all the acts, so they were like almost spot on the acts. And I was like, God, what an annoying attention whore. Sounds like me. So I was like, I need to find this person. And they were like, there was this era Anna hair, and then showed a picture when I had like the Prince haircut.
Love that era.
Yeah. And I was like, imagine, because if this person does look like me and act like me and is like me, and also had like not an English accent, was like transatlantic, something European.
God. You could be like, related.
No, hopefully not, because
you want to fuck him.
Yes. Is the short king version of me?
Yes, it's literally your perfect type. Someone who looks exactly like you but is a short king. Wow. Oh my God, watch out. That
was really funny.
Oh my God, if you need... Okay, so we need to share this podcast around until it gets to them.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this and you know somebody who you think might know somebody who might know somebody that knows the short king version of Anna, send this to them and say, we need to track down the short king.
Yeah, pass it on. We need to create a TikTok of this description, and then just everybody, let's make it go viral.
Yeah.
Let's find this king.
If this is you and it's finally made its way to you, Anna, what do you want to say to your
I want to say, please slide into my DMs. I would love for us to meet and see if there is chemistry there. There should be, realistically, but also, as I always say, no expectations. Let's just go for a coffee.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That was really wholesome, actually. I was expecting some kind of
horrid... but you caught me in a wholesome day.
Great.
So, my other piece of Neighbourhood watch that was actually that, you know, we've spoken a lot on this podcast, or I've spoken a lot about, like, anxious patterns and, like, my dad giving me abandonment issues.
I wonder how many episodes you've not mentioned your dad in.
Yeah. It's a rare occurrence. So essentially, I've talked about like, you know, anxious attachment style vibes where it's like, oh no, but like I also have, I would describe myself as like pretty secure these days, but I've had anxious and avoidant elements, but I think I've completely forgot that I can be avoidant because like for the last few years, I think I was so preoccupied with like anxious attachments and like obsessive tendencies and stuff like that. And then I've realized that I've completely neglected that I have like a pretty strong avoidant side in me as well.
Okay.
That's really come out to play the last couple of weeks. And I was like, oof.
Okay.
This is not good. But I checked myself. So what this Gayborhood Watch is actually me congratulating myself for being
securely attached.
Securely attached. So because I was like somebody I'm seeing had like asked to see me this week and I was like sure, and then I was like I'll get back to you, and then I just hadn't, and I just felt stressed about it, and I was just like be gone, which I don't want you to be. I don't want you to be gone.
Yeah, but the burden of admin.
Yes, and also I just felt like isolating this week because of where I've been emotionally and just like pushing people away. So I sent a message and I said, hello, I'm aware that like I've been distant and I am just wanting to let you know that this is like no reflection of you essentially. I still am very much enjoying this. I just want to let you know that I tend to pull away and isolate in sometimes when I'm premenstrual or around that period, and I just want to like reassure you essentially.
That's amazing.
That's it. And I was like, oh, look at me go.
Growth.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Beautiful growth.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much.
God.
Yeah.
Life really is just like day by day, isn't it?
Yeah. Famously.
Minute by minute, you could say.
Minute by minute. And I think it's really... Oh, they're coming back on.
Yeah, I'm going back into emotionally completely shut down. The vegan always says that, like, if we're like having a serious conversation and we're like outside, not necessarily like a bad conversation, but just like we're just talking about something real, they'll be like, please take your sunglasses off, and I'm like, I am actually unfortunately unable to do that. I will not be able to look in your eyes and also have an emotional conversation. No, it's so annoying. Like, this is really all tracks back to the an open book for the first 30 pages. Because I think we both very much are that, because we are like, I think at first, I'm sorry if I'm outing you here, we can always cut it, but I think at first look, we are both like extremely honest, upfront. Yeah. We'll always tell you how we feel, and this is not giving that any less credit, because that's not any less true because of what I'm about to say. But like, in friendships and in all of those things, and we have done so much learning, we have done so much therapy, we have done truly heaps of works on ourselves. So I think it can come to a shock to people when they're like, and also especially me crying all the time, you wouldn't think there's that so much we struggle. There's so much repressed. You wouldn't think there's so much more. Yeah, you wouldn't. You're releasing the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. Exactly. Yeah. Like, we don't even know what's down there. We don't even know what's down there. That's why we're not even letting ourselves past page 30. Yeah, I've got access to page 32. That's all. Like, I'm giving you as much as I can. Yeah, and that's when the vegan is like trying to open up 31, that's when the glasses come on. Yeah, it's like yeah. And I'll be like stock still the entire conversation. Like, my body physically trapping everything. Anyway, that's actually too real. So anyway, back page 29. Woo! This week on Clit Screen, we watched The Incredibly True Story of Two Girls in Love. The Incredibly True Adventures of Two Girls in Love. Oh, fuck. You didn't interrupt me, and I thought, I've got it. I fucking got it. Not once have I ever said the name of that film right. It's an insanely long title, and it's not like they go like on adventures, really. No, they're just having a relationship very much in their own house, in their own area. Yes. So it's confusing. It's a bit misleading. It is. To give a quick TLDR of this sort of film plot, it's basically like two young women, like 17, who know each other from school, and I think one's kind of new, and then one of them has got a big queer family, and that's great, and the other one is like kind of in a homophobic family. They obviously fall in love, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
The rest is every lesbian film ever.
Yeah. And they are in a small town in America.
Yes.
And one of them is slightly more masked tomboy-esque, knows that they're a dyke, and the other one is like...
learning about it all.
Exactly. Essentially, you've seen this film, even if you haven't.
You have seen it. Even if you haven't.
Been in it.
It might be your life.
Yeah.
This film is so shit. The script is shocking. The acting is worse. The actual camera shots, like, I don't even think are good. Like, randomly we'll have like 5 seconds of a bush.
You know, they did insane things with the camera. I remember when you said that, that just threw me back to when I was watching it, and I was watching it with Cut.
Yes.
And we were watching it, and I was like, and he was like, these camera angles remind me of, I can't remember what he said, but something like
a sixth form
amateuresque as well, because it was like, I was like, we could do this if we want. And like, it made me think, I already think I could probably make a film on no budget, but this
you
really
have already
secured it. I have already, but like a full length feature.
Love
and
that.
This really instilled that belief in me, like, to 100%. Because the way they suddenly, like, when somebody entered into the room, somebody was like, hello, I'm back, and like came into the door, and the cameraman just zoomed in on the shoes and then like really slowly panned up, showing the entire outfit until it got to the face, and then she like made a face and was like, haha. And
Bizarre.
I was like, this is insane even for the 90s. Like, this is not even like, oh, we're exploring film. I'm like, no, film's been around for ages now.
Yeah.
This is
you
not like a new medium that you are doing, art form medium. Like, this is crazy. Now, if this is like a super independent production company or something, and if it's really stylized, then please do write in and say, like, they did this on no budget, there were no other lesbian films around, how dare you judge this film. If that's the case, then we are both happy to take accountability. But from our limited knowledge right now,
and the fact it's now 2024,
it seems a bit
shocking.
Aesthetically though, extremely pleasing. Like, just seeing, because I had watched like compilation clips, like reels of like, you know, somebody had cut together just like loads of different scenes from this film.
I love it when people do that. I'm like, what the fuck? You have so much time. Good for you.
But I think a lot of people actually do this and make money off of it. Like, some people are fans, obviously, and do fan edits.
Fanny deets. Fanny deets.
Yeah, fan edits. But then...
If you've got any fanny deets that you want to send into the...
Oh my god, I didn't clock onto it until now. I was like, I don't know why you think that word is funny, but I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to call you up because I'm not feeling that today.
Thank you. Good. Yeah. I hope you never feel like calling me out. That would be my perfect situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to fanny deets.
You'd never have to wear glasses with me. Anyways.
The glasses are the condom of my brain.
Yo, what's your funny deeds?
Oh my god, can I just throw in a quick neighborhood watch?
Yes.
So I order this is actually, I don't know where this is going, I don't know why I've done this, but anyway, back to me. I ordered
This is like really kooky of me, but like...
This is just like, I'm just so crazy and random. I ordered a test kit, like a sexual health testing kit the other day, because obviously I test regularly just to make sure that I'm okay and everything like that. So far, so good, everyone. Yeah. And the questions they ask you, I forget because I do it every so often. Like, I forget how incredibly like up there they get in the questions. And like, I was literally like, oh my god, you're truly asking for like literally fanny deets. And like, even to be like, I don't want to say them out loud.
Yeah.
Because like, also there's no shame in anything, whatever. But some of the questions you're like, oh my god, like that's happening so often. You have to have a specific question about it. I'm literally like,
oh my god, can you tell me an example?
Yeah. For example, they'll be like, okay, you're going to have to bleep some words.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do my hand in front of my mouth?
Yeah, please.
Okay. They'll be like, have you have you or anyone that you have sex with recently like your bum? Or like to them, and I'm like, no, I haven't actually, but it's okay if you want to, but also, are you okay?
Yeah.
And like, if you click yes on that,
absolutely no judgment, but equally, like
I'm just surprised that
I feel like doing that is maybe you shouldn't reconsider your relationship to
yes,
essentially,
and your own bum.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just that.
Yeah, back to the incredibly true adventures of two girls in love.
Yeah. It's not awful. Like, I mean, I said it was shit to be funny.
Yeah.
It is not horrendous.
No.
But if I hadn't been watching it with the pod, I probably would have stopped watching it.
Yeah. I wouldn't have. I would have, because I did enjoy it. And I think aesthetically, like I said, it's beautiful. It's like, you said it was shot like 70s. Like, I don't know, it's a grainy quality to it. And like the fashion I enjoy.
Yeah, me too. It's also nice to see a gay family.
Yes.
Like, it's like two aunts, like an aunt, a partner, and like an ex-partner that's living there and the child. It's just very like pleasing. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, and we obviously can't move on without talking about the 27-year-old who is
the only redeeming feature of the film for me. Is this fucking married woman that one of the kids... Oh yeah, also, why is the kid having an affair with a married woman? It's like a 17-year-old and 27-year-old. We're glazing over the fact that's an issue.
Yeah.
But the 27-year-old is literally like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. And I've got a husband, for goodness sake.
Yeah, which is crazy because we are 27.
Yeah, and we're like, why are you in kitten heels?
Yeah, why are you... Like, that's my idea. If I watched this when I was 16, I would look at her and I'd be like, yeah, that's a pretty accurate representation of a 27-year-old because all 27-year-olds are famously 45.
Yes.
Like, that's where I would go straight away.
Yeah.
But now, as a 27-year-old, I'm like, wait, who wrote that character like that and decided that she's 27?
That's what makes me think it could be genuinely like a self-made young person film. Because I'm like, who is 27 or older and writing that? That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Unless the actor just was like, I'm just going to fucking do a thing.
Yeah.
Which I also really respect.
Yeah, it was really like Housewives vibe. She was like always had a cigarette.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, hey, baby. Oh, you know I can't stay long. I need to go back to my husband. And it was also given like... so crazy.
It was so that.
And also giving commitment issues on crack to this 17-year-old because you know was always like, no, I gotta go, I can't do this. And then when the 17-year-old was like, I found another girlfriend, she was like,
oh well, good luck getting any without me. And as soon as you're you know bored, and then was
like, I have to see you. Yeah, I know why she's getting this accent suddenly and I'm still holding a cigarette.
Put it out, thank you, in the studio. Yeah, it was mad. And then she became like, I felt like she was playing her own character like as a joke, like almost like a drag impersonation of her character, which was so